Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom also to the 1/3 Israelites, which include you Judah's children, the so-called Negroes, Latinos and Indians, who are still oppressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33. Put the whom Saleh pertaining to adoption, the giving of the law, the promises, the glory and the covenants according to the book of Romans chapter 9. Okay, and we will read 2 Samuel chapter 10. Okay, because we had it at the camp, and that this is some kind of act of mourning if you basically cut off your beard, man. Okay. So we will start with verse 1. And it came to pass after this that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanun his son reigned in his stead. Then said David, I will shew kindness unto Hanun the son of Nahash, as his father shewed kindness unto me. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants for his father. Because with the Ammonites we had in some cases problems, of course, you know, like with all the heathen, of course. But you have to think about that for one, they were actually the, I believe, only nation who basically gave their daughters freely to us, you know, their virgins, basically, if you will. Or basically, you know, like they wanted to mix with us for, you know, whatever reason, I don't know. You know, maybe you know that scripture, okay, but also you know, the father basically didn't, or there was a man who didn't, or a king or so, who wanted to fight against Israel for a reason of understanding the power, basically, just like this one harlot didn't want to have stress with the God of Israel, so she basically was thinking that, you know, oh, I don't want stress with this kind of power, you know. If you know the scripture also, you know, that one, harlot, okay, if I say it right, in the scriptures. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants for his father. And David's servants came into the land of the children of Ammon. And the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun their lord, Thinkest thou that David doeth honor thy father, that he had sent comforters unto thee? Had not David rather sent his servants unto thee to search the city and to spy it out and to overthrow it? Okay, wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle even to their buttocks and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, Tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. Verse 6. And when the children of Ammon saw that they stank before David, the children of Ammon sent and hired the Syrians of Bet Rehob and the Syrians of Zobah 20,000 footmen, and of King Makar 1,000 men, and of Ishtab 12,000 men. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the host of the mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the entering in of the gate. And the Syrians of Zobah and of Rehob and Ishtab and Makar were by themselves in the field. When Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, he chose of all the choice men of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai his brother, and that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me, but if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee. Be of good courage, and let us play the man for our people and for the cities of our God, and the Lord do that which seemeth him good. Okay, and you have to play the man also for this world. Even when these women, you know, especially those who are not virgins, basically hate women, okay? Verse 12. Be of good courage and let us play the man for our people and for the city of our God, and the Lord do that which seemeth him good. And Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him, onto the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, then fled they also before Abishai and entered into the city. So Joab returned from the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem. And when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together, and Hadarezer sent and brought out the Syrians that were beyond the river, and they came to Helam. And Jobach, the captain of the host of Hadarezer, went before them. And when it was told David, he gathered all Israel together and passed over Jordan and came to Helam. And the Syrians set themselves in a way against David and fought with him. And the Syrians, verse 18, fled before Israel, and David slew the man of 700 chariots of the Syrian, and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Jobach, the captain of the host, who died there. And when all the kings that were servants to Hadarezer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made peace with Israel and served them. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon anymore. Okay, just like this series I watched last time on Netflix, Umbrella Academy. You had these two people from Sweden, okay, blonde hair. Usually they were three, okay, and they basically fought against spiritual powers, okay, with weapons and stuff, you know. There was this family, brothers and sisters, who had spiritual powers, and they had the official contract to go against these people, right? But then there was one spiritual power from a woman. Of course, women will not have spiritual power, you know, the kingdom is something different, but not here on this earth, right? You know, maybe we can give them spiritual power in the kingdom, or they can fly with us just because that they can do something or whatever, you know. But we will have all the spiritual power, really. But then there was one spiritual power of the woman, okay, and if she says something, you know, I heard that you do this and this, okay, you actually do it without knowing that you actually just doing it because she said so, okay? And she said to him, kill your brother, okay, because again there were three brothers coming basically against this brothers and sisters, right, this family, right? And he actually saw himself when he was finished killing his brother, laying his hands basically on his brother, right? Then he basically hated her, but in the end he knew that he was sent to fight against them. So the real reason why he did that was not her using spiritual powers against him, because they only wanted to defend themselves, okay, and she wanted to defend herself. But it was the woman that knew that these people have spiritual powers and sent these three brothers against these people, okay, with spiritual powers. So it's just like here in this world, okay, the reason for all this wickedness is not the so-called Negroes in America proclaiming, you know, bloods and crips and, you know, gun violence and whatever, you know, and gangs and music. Esau is the one behind the scenes promoting all that and putting our two dirt brothers and sisters in there, okay, and they just have a lack of knowledge, so they don't know better, okay. They just learned what they learned from Esau directly, you know. Basically, they even learned it in you know, what they are told, basically, you know. So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kakadash. Okay, and as you can see it, let's go into the law, okay. Don't cut beard, okay. Don't cut beard. This is the point of the lesson. Don't cut your beard, okay. Under 1 millimeter, okay. I have a hairdresser scholarship, okay, so I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the brothers from the GMS Germany camp even say to me that I cut it too short, that I was cutting it too short, okay, and I have to accept it also, because if two say it, you know, it's kind of like a witness against you. And also, you know, I know that I can be like kind of like, you know, this sneaking around, you know, oh, this is not really under, you know, this is not really too short and things like that, just because I have a hairdresser scholarship and stuff, you know. you have to be humble, man, especially around the borders. You shall not round the corners of your heads, verse 27, Leviticus 19. Neither shall thou more the corners of thy beard. Okay, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. Okay, this is talking about tattoos, of course. I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, Kan. So basically, don't cut your beard, as I said, things like that, under 1 millimeter, and and your hair also on your head, right? That's the main thing. Or what to do with your other hair on your body, really is not the point, okay? Because here it says corners of your head and your beard, okay? So there is just hair. The scriptures talk about beard and head, okay? So shalom and double honors to the elders and apostles of Jerusalem.